Hey, feeling good, like I should. When in dark, I walk around the neighborhood, feeling blessed.
Hello 11th grade, welcome back to our English class. Today is Tuesday, May 19th, and our focus for our class today will be some listening practice as well as practice for our first grammar topic, which is WH cleft clauses. Please go get your textbooks. Let's begin. Please open up your books to page 302 and let's listen to the audio so we can answer the questions.
Welcome to this year's Neuroscience Conference, and thank you for joining us at this session. Advanced prosthetics have for the past few years begun tapping into brain signals to provide amputees with impressive new levels of control. Basically, patients think and an artificial limb moves. However, the first step in making any robotic prosthetic fully functional for everyday use by people is getting that robotic arm or hand to sense what it's touching and report back to the brain. This has been a much harder task. Nonetheless, I'm happy to report that the US government claimed an amazing breakthrough in this area not long ago. Their researchers have connected a prosthetic hand directly to a 28-year-old paralyzed person's brain, allowing him to identify which mechanical finger is being touched. This comes on the heels of the work of previous scientists who in 2013 gave patients feeling of pressure in their fingertips precise enough to allow them to twist the stems off cherries. The way researchers do this is through running wires connected to both the person's brain cortex and the mechanical hand. The hand's sensors convert pressure applied to any of its fingers into electrical signals that are in turn routed back to the brain. These latest advances have been extremely challenging given how the human body and brain work. While the human nervous system releases chemicals to trigger body movements, a prosthesis uses electrical currents running through circuits and wires to regulate its movements. The human body tends to naturally reject any wires needed to communicate the prosthetic hand with the brain. In fact, often the body tries to get rid of these implants, producing scars in the tissue and disrupting the wire's functioning. That is the reason why our research colleagues have been working on creating an adapter of sorts, a living bridge that can translate signals between nerves and artificial limbs. This is still a work in progress. It means experimenting with ways to connect the nerve endings left behind on an amputee's limb with the prosthetic connected to that stump. This would enable the brain to interpret the incoming signals from artificial forearms, hands, and fingers. But even if such an adapter were to function as designed, there are still many hurdles to overcome. For starters, we don't know how long an adapter like this would function before needing to be replaced, how the body's immune system might respond to the implants, or the brain's ability to interpret signals sent from the prosthetic. This is where these colleagues need help from a broader group of experts. And this is the reason I'm speaking to you right now. It is in our hands the possibility to give thousands of people around the globe the chance to feel for the first time again, since they'd lost a limb. So please, think of ways in which your institutions could help this cause, and let's get together and talk about it at the end of this session.
Now that we have listened to the audio, please go ahead and answer the questions on that page. And once you're done, please move on to page 388, which is a continuation of our first grammar topic. Now last week, there was an introduction to WH cleft clauses, and today we're going to do some practice regarding that. So, for the first item of this page, we're supposed to rewrite the sentences using a WH clause as the subject. So let's see. Number 1 says, we are a product of our upbringing. If we were to think about how to place that in a WH cleft clause, we could say how we are brought up determines our personalities. Number 2 says, how people become successful is important. That could be, what's important is understanding how people become successful. We don't know where he went off. That could be, where he went off is a mystery to us. Number 4, it isn't clear why she left college before graduating. Why she left college before graduating, I don't know. Number 5, no one will say who told her that she wasn't up for a promotion. That could be turned into, who told her that she wasn't up for a promotion, no one will say. Number 6, we have no idea what he meant. That could be turned into, what he meant is completely unclear. I would like for you to notice how some of the wording in these sentences changes once we add a WH cleft clause. And the idea here, remember, it was to add focus to a certain part of the sentence. Notice how the beginning of each sentence, when changed into a clause, has that WH word right at the beginning. For item B, we are going to do something similar, but instead of writing a complete sentence, we're only going to write as if we want to create titles. So number 1, instead of saying our sales can benefit from this strategy, we can say how our sales can benefit. And since we're talking about a title, all of our words are going to be in capital letters. For number 2, our school shouldn't observe summer vacation. That turned into a title could be, why our school shouldn't observe summer vacation. Number 3, to maximize health benefits, you should eat at certain times of day. That turned into a title could be, what time of day you should eat for maximum health benefits. Again, remember the wording could change according to what you need to say. Number 4, the best vacation destinations are listed below. That into a title could be, where the best vacation destinations are. Number 5, airline tickets are sold more cheaply at certain times. When the cheapest airline tickets are sold. And number 6, now it is possible to know which babies will grow up to be successful people. Who will be successful? Know from birth. So this is what your final answers should look like. Please go ahead and take note. Now that we're done checking our answers, please go back to page 302, and we are going to discuss the first part of the page tomorrow. But these 2 questions that you see right here, I would like for you to answer them in the comment section below. So please make sure you do so right after you watch this video. And once you're done with your comment, that will be all for today's lesson. Thank you once again for joining me, 11th grade. Continue to stay safe, and if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to contact me. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Hey, feeling good, like I should.